That's the sound of I need to be awake right now. This tastes nasty. That's fine. I have an audience today. You might hear him complaining. He's in the window. Hours later, I hear the sound of the front door opening and closing. I peek out of my bedroom, worried it might be the mayor letting herself in again. It's just Tara, though, alone. It's been a few hours since we parted ways, and I'm not annoyed with her anymore. Not as annoyed with her anymore. So even though I'm kind of tempted to just put in my headphones and ignore her, I get up and head into the living room. These fucking cops, man. People decide to do crimes as soon as I have my window open and start recording. It's crazy. She stands at the sink, flipping through a notebook. I knock on the edge of my door frame as I enter, so that she can hear me coming.
Hey,
Hey,
Rather than looking at me, she keeps reading her notebook. Well, pretending to. There's no way she could actually be reading as fast as she's turning the pages. I decide not to call her out on it. No point in starting another fight.
how'd it go?
about the same.
Is that good or bad?
She doesn't respond. She must really be upset about this morning. It's not like she's being unreasonable. Now that I've had some time to rest and recuperate, I feel kind of bad about being so harsh towards her and Morgan.
Morgan's mom came by earlier.
That gets her attention. She shuts the book and turns around. Gotcha.
Really? What for?
Just wanted to introduce herself. I told her a bit about who we are and what the show's about.
What did she think?
I don't know. She didn't really say much. She was really weird. Like in a different way than Morgan. She seemed really intense, I guess.
What I mostly remember is how she was glaring the whole time. Never seems like she was annoying. She was anything other than angry about something. Smugly, Tara holds up the notebook she was just perusing.
I know you're gonna call BS, but Morgan was telling me a lot of stuff about her mom. Like, some seriously crazy stuff.
A
You
graceful
wanna
cat.
read it?
She offers me the notebook. It hangs limply, a giant frown in the air. She used that thing for so long that it's lost all its rigidness. I shake my head.
I'll take your word for it.
I've heard enough crazy stuff from Morgan for one day. I don't need to hear theories on how her mom is actually the spawn of Satan or something.
Figured. Make any progress with the new vid?
Not really. We're gonna need more footage before there's enough to really get started.
That mean you're coming with us from now on, or what?
Yeah, I will. Sorry for being bitchy earlier.
Again.
Don't sweat it.
She strikes a pose.
Just make sure to bring your A game.
I roll my eyes, but I'm smiling. Even though we bicker a lot, I'm truly grateful that it's always easily patched up.
Yeah.
I can't promise that I'll buy into a word of what Morgan says, but the least I can do is try to be polite about it. The tension resolved, Tara yawns and flaps her notebook at me again.
All right, well, I'm gonna hit the hay soon. What about you?
I'll probably watch a film first. I'm not that tired yet.
God, she's such a nerd. I'm gonna watch a film.
How many times can you watch 2001 without getting sick of it?
Oh my god. She is that guy.
I don't know, but I intend to find out.
Enjoy the monkeys. Shit, I'm her. Damn. Gonna have to watch 2001. Tara and I each head back to our bedrooms. As I go, I feel a bit better about everything. Just because I'm quitting the show doesn't mean I want to lose Tara as my best friend. We've been friends for over a decade, so of course we've had our disagreements and arguments. I think the longest we've ever gone without talking was a month. Still, over the last few days, it's felt like we've been coming dangerously close to saying something that goes too far, either one of us. And thinking back on today, I can't really pretend that I'm not the one who was mostly at fault. Even when I'm aware that I'm losing my cool, sometimes it feels like it's hard to stop. Taro totally has it coming though, at least some of the time. From now on, I will be better. I won't let myself be as obnoxious as I was today, for everyone's sake. I climb into bed and set up my laptop, getting comfy. In the dark, with my headphones in, watching 2001: A Space Odyssey, it doesn't take too long to immerse myself in the familiar feeling of a film I love. Oh, I thought she was gonna say that she was falling asleep. Well, that's my my joke is ruined. That's what I appreciate about movies. No matter the circumstances, they can help you escape. My eyes are getting heavy, and I pull the blanket up to my chin. The computer is balanced in just the right spot to not fall off the bed. All things considered, it's a cozier setup than I could have hoped for from a cabin out here. What are you talking about? This is the best place for a cozy. For a cabin in the woods in the winter. Sure, the Wi-Fi is bad, but it gives me an excuse to catch up on my backlog. Everything's perfect to fall asleep. Oh, the sound of something knocking on my window wakes me up. It's past midnight. There shouldn't be anyone here. It's gonna be Morgan again. Maybe it's a bird or a squirrel or something. From where I'm lying, I'm not able to see. Should I yell for Tara? No, not until I know what it is. It's just some wildlife, as it is probably the case. She'd never let me live it down. Still, my heart pounds as I slam my laptop shut, killing the only source of light. Without it, the room is pitch black. Dark enough that I can't see what's at the window, but hopefully it can't see me either. If this turns out to just be a lost rodent or something, I'm gonna feel real stupid. I stalk over to the window, prepared to cut and run if I need to. Slowly, slowly, I raise myself up to eye level.
Oh.
It's always her. Why you gotta be creepy? Morgan is pressed against the window pane, looking into my room with one hand resting against the glass.
You have a minute?
God damn it. The tension drains out of me, replaced immediately with exhaustion. I should have known.
You couldn't knock? I did.
I rub my temples and sigh. She's technically correct. Worst kind of correct.
Okay, I guess I have a minute. But if you're going to come in and talk, please use the door.
Of course. I'm not going to climb through the window.
Color me shocked. I head into the living room and hesitate in front of Tara's door. Should I knock? Knowing her, she'll probably fall already asleep. Just like me, apparently. Jesus Christ. I've always been jealous of her ability to pass out instantly. God. I can't. Don't I feel that? Jesus. I decide to leave it up to Morgan. There must be a reason she knocked on my window, not Tara's. I unlock the front door and let Morgan in. She's waiting with a thermos of coffee in her hand, like usual.
Sorry to bother you. I know it's late.
It's fine. I was still awake.
Not for much longer, ideally, but I keep that to myself.
Were you working on the video?
Nah, just watching a film before bed. Can't do much until we have more footage. And even then, I left most of my setup back in the US.
We sit down on the couches, just like her mother and I did earlier. For all her faults, at least Morgan isn't as terrifying as her mom is.
Does Tara help with the video work at all?
Not really. I've tried to teach her stuff once or twice, but she's not interested in learning.
That sounds like her.
Yeah.
I'm a little put off by Morgan already feeling like she knows Tara and what she's like. I guess that's a result of watching someone online for so much. Parasocial relationship. You start to think you know what they're like, even though you only ever see one side of them. We get it a lot, so I'm kind of used to it. Sometimes it can become a bigger problem, though. People think that they're entitled to us acting a certain way because they've seen it online. Fortunately, Morgan hasn't been that way at all yet. I do wish she would get to the point of why she's here though, but instead she gets up and heads to the kitchen area, retrieving a coffee mug from the cabinet without ever turning on the lights. I twist around to watch her as she pours some of the coffee from her thermos into the mug, and then loads that into the microwave. Must not be a very effective thermos. At least she's polite enough to make sure the microwave door doesn't slam. She leans against the counter, barely visible to me.
Tara told me that you're leaving the show after this trip is over.
Of course she did. I must have made a face because Morgan clears her throat loudly.
Sorry, was it supposed to be a secret?
Nah, it's fine. But yeah, that's the idea. I'll go back and finish school.
I see. That's a shame. I know you hate when it happens, but I've always enjoyed the moments where you're on camera.
Thanks. I'm just camera shy. Ironic, I know. She's yanked me on screen enough times that I'm a bit used to it by now, though.
Morgan hits the stop button on the microwave a second before it dings. She retrieves her coffee and returns to the couch. And she's just like me for real.
But I guess that's why things seemed a bit tense between the two of you, right?
Before I can answer, she shakes her head.
Actually, sorry. That's none of my business.
You're fine. It's that obvious, huh?
A bit. You seem tense whenever I see you. That's actually the main reason I came by. I promise it wasn't just to be nosy.
I was starting to wonder.
I came by to say that I'm sorry. I know that you're also uncomfortable around me.
Phrasing is terrible. She said it nonchalantly as if she was telling me about the weather. I bite my lip. I mean, she's not wrong. I don't want to just say that.
It's okay. You don't have to spare my feelings. I guarantee I've been called worse than whatever it is you're thinking.
That's so sad.
It's just that I'd sleep better tonight if I cleared the air between us first.
Takes a long sip of coffee that should be hot enough to scald her mouth. I can't fathom how she could sleep at all, or if she even needs to anymore.
I mean, It's nothing like that. Nothing personal, really. I'm just a cynic, I guess. If it makes you feel any better, I'm the same way for pretty much every episode. You just get the behind-the-scenes experience this time.
Hey, the music, why did you become so loud? So fast. I'm like all the way down. God damn. Restless one. Yeah, the song sure is restless in the volume. Haha. Morgan shrugs.
I can't blame you for thinking I'm crazy or full of shit. But I can promise you that I'm not stupid.
It takes me a beat to realize that that was a joke.
It's fine. I'm always the skeptical one out of the two of us, after all. There's just a lot going on, like you heard. So I'm sort of a mess all around right now. It's not your fault.
I half laugh.
At least not entirely.
She smiles thinly, seeming to appreciate my bluntness.
To be perfectly honest, you weren't really what we were expecting either.
She sets the coffee down, looking interested.
Really?
Yeah, we were prepared for someone super fangirly and like all over Tara. Like annoyingly so. Not
me.
right. Even in your email, you seemed a bit more...
I don't know how to not say this rudely. Interesting? Engaging? Not monotone?
More energetic.
Phew, you saved me again.
Yeah, pretty much.
The emails that we had exchanged back home had a lot of smiley faces, exclamation points, and other cheery touches. In person, however, seeing Morgan smile at all is a rarity on its own. Wow, she is just like me, for real.
That makes sense. I wasn't trying to trick the two of you or anything. It's just easier to be open like that online, I guess.
Preach.
I understand.
That much, at least, I can really empathize with.
I know that you don't know me, and that so far, I haven't given you any real reason to trust me or believe me. But I hope that you'll at least give it a chance. Paranormal is really important to me. I've been a fan for years. But I'm not the type of person who would invite you to the middle of nowhere just to meet Tara. I invited you out here for a reason, and I'm confident in that reason. But I understand that you'll need more proof than that.
I wait to see if she has more to say, but that seems to be it.
Thank you for telling me all this, though. I really do appreciate it. And I'm sorry for being so dismissive. It'd be nice to be wrong for once. So, I hope that we do find all that stuff you talked about. I really do.
Tomorrow night, I was going to show Tara around the woods a bit. Would you like to come along?
Yeah, I'll be there.
I don't especially like the idea of wandering the forest at night, but I can't exactly say no after I just promised to be more agreeable. You don't like to go to spooky places at night or whatever, and yet you, like, co-produce or whatever a ghost hunting show? Great career path. I guess that's why she's quitting. She nods and takes a careful swig of her coffee, then she stands.
Cool. Anyway, that's all I had to say. I'll get out of your hair now so you can get some rest.
She heads for the door and throws it open without waiting for a response. The temperature plummets right away as she turned back.
Thank you for listening. I appreciate it too. But just so you know, I'll prove you wrong.
That's ominous. She closes the door and disappears into the night. It's crazy. I'll be feeling fine and normal for like the whole day, and then I start recording and immediately it's like it's fucking congestion city. Like it's bad. And it's been 18 minutes? Crazy. We head to the appointment for the my god. We head to the appointed meeting spot right at the turn of the hour. Even during the day the forest felt hostile and foreign, but now at night it's downright scary. Each rattle of a branch is a demon's footstep, each gust of wind is a monster's breath. I stand close to Tara, treading on the backs of her feet several times.
I think this is supposed to be the place.
I look around the area. It's indistinguishable from the rest of the woods. My only comfort is the tiny pinprick of light that represents our cabin back at the forest's edge. A feeling of dread creeps its way up my spine. What if this is a trap or a setup? Maybe Morgan's just lured us out here into the middle of nowhere and is waiting out of sight with a knife in hand or something. Considering we traveled thousands of kilometers to get here, if this was a trick, we fell for it hard.
Maybe we're early.
I know that we're not. Tara sweeps the flashlight around, illuminating a few identical trees before the light's beam peters off into oblivion.
Maybe we should just go back.
The light passes over Morgan, suddenly a meter away from us. Sorry. That was a really funny sound. Sorry. Serious. Tara jolts backwards, crashing into me. The flashlight plummets to the ground, bouncing once before stopping. I keep my balance, barely, and catch Tara's arm to stop her from falling.
Are you okay?
Short term? Yeah, but I think I just lost 10 years. What about you, Mads?
I'm fine. What on earth were you doing?
Me? I was waiting for you.
Where? Didn't you hear us?
Just over there. Sorry, I had headphones in and missed you.
You were just standing in the dark? In a forest? Wearing headphones?
Yeah? What else? What else would she do?
Yes? Why?
At a loss for words, I can only shrug. Does hanging out alone in the dark in the middle of nowhere not register as weird for Morgan?
You just spooked us is all, no worries.
She stoops down and retrieves the flashlight from the snow, drying it on her sleeve. She brushes off the snow the same way she brushes off Morgan's actions.
Anyway, it's all good. What now?
Morgan turns and faces the trees, shining her flashlight across them.
I thought we could walk around a little. It might help you to get a better feel for the area.
Behind Morgan's back, Tara and I exchange a look of concern. Tara gives me the slightest of shrugs. I'm reluctant, but I nod. If Morgan's planning to kill us, it's not like it'll make a difference whether she does it here or in the forest, and I'm pretty sure she's not a murderer anyway.
Sure, lead on.
Morgan sits off without another word. Oh my god, that's so deep in my ears. Morgan sets off without another word, and we follow just a couple paces back.
Are we going somewhere in particular?
Not really. I doubt you want to go too far this late at night, right?
Right.
That's fine. We'll stick to the edge then.
As we walk, Morgan keeps her flashlight pointed straight ahead in the direction that we're going. Tara, on the other hand, swings hers around, looking up trees and out into the abyss. She and I only brought one flashlight with us, the spare sitting in one of our suitcases back at the cabin. I regret leaving it behind, just on the off chance that we somehow get separated.
So, did you learn anything useful today?
Not really. We went around town some, but
But most people didn't really want to talk.
yeah.
How'd you know?
That's how it is around here. People are mistrustful.
I was kinda surprised by that. Figured with how out of the way it is here that we might have been, I don't know.
Treated like celebrities?
Hey now, don't project. But something like that.
It's more like they isolate themselves by choice. We have internet and TV. It's just that lots of people choose not to use them. I'm guessing they probably had some not so nice things to say about me too, right?
Neither Tara or I respond. Our silence lasts a bit too long.
It's okay. I'm used to it. You don't have to pretend or anything.
The light shines in our faces as Morgan turns around, half smiling.
Hey, you two don't need another assistant back where you live or anything, right?
My mouth flaps like a fish while I try to think of a diplomatic response, but then Morgan laughs and faces forward again.
Just kidding.
We trek on in awkward silence. I'm not even sure what we're supposed to be doing or looking for. We're just wandering in the dark, trusting that Morgan knows how to get back to her cabin. It's cold and my feet are sore, and I'm once again regretting coming to Eisenfeld. I gently tug Tara's sleeve, right by her elbow. When she looks at me, I silently gesture back towards where we came from, and shrug, hoping she'll get the message. Now? She mouths back. I nod. She gives a worried look over towards Morgan, who's now slightly farther away. Tara holds up 5 fingers. 5 more minutes. Sighing, I nod again. We hurry to catch back up with Morgan.
Something wrong?
Oh no, Maddie, had something in her shoe.
Oh,
It's hard to tell if she buys it. I wouldn't. Mentally, I'm counting backwards from 5 minutes. already imagining the comfort of my bed and blanket back at the cabin. How I'm gonna survive a whole month of this is an issue for future me to worry about.
I got lost out in this part of the forest once.
Inspires confidence. 3 minutes and 32 seconds. 3 minutes and 31 seconds.
Don't worry, though. I know my way around now.
Yeah, they mentioned something about that.
I step on Tara's foot again, this time totally on purpose.
I thought they might.
Her tone is still completely nonchalant. At least Morgan seems impossible to offend.
It's too bad it looks like it's going to snow tonight. We probably shouldn't stay out too late.
Thank God.
Yeah, that's too bad.
I'm sorry this was so disappointing. I'd hoped that there would be more to see.
What exactly were you expecting? It's the middle of the night.
Come on, Mads, it's about the atmosphere. It's way spookier out here when it's dark.
I know, that's half the problem.
We can turn back now if you'd like.
Before I can agree, Tara shakes her head.
Nah, let's give it a couple more minutes. You came out all this way for us after all.
Dude, you're gonna get lost in a fucking thunderstorm, a fucking snowstorm, in the woods at night. You're crazy, girl. You're crazy. You're wearing a flannel. You're gay. I glare at Tara, but I think she misses it. I've lost track of my countdown too.
Whatever.
The small apologetic smile that I barely noticed does to. The small apologetic smile that I barely notice does little to assuage my discomfort. We traipse aimlessly through the snow for a while longer. I stare at my feet more than the path ahead, and simply follow the footprints left behind by the other two. So I nearly slam into Tara, who comes to a complete halt yet again.
What now?
I saw something.
You did?
Tara, stop messing around. Let's...
No, I mean it. I saw something.
I shut up. I can tell by her tone that she's serious. She saw something, or at least she thinks she did. The three of us turn and face the way she is. It's even deeper into the forest, barely lit by the moon.
There was a light.
Someone else walking around?
There shouldn't be anyone out at this time of night. It's dangerous to be in the woods once it gets late.
I opt to not point out the obvious hypocrisy.
It was probably moonlight or something.
It wasn't the moon, Maddie. There's something out there.
Both of them point their flashlights in the direction Tara's looking. Aside from more trees, there's nothing to be seen. Beauty. I love when there's art.
Tara?
Maddie,
She grins.
this is what we're here for. Come on.
Do you even have your camera? Tara breaks into a run, leaving Morgan and I behind in surprise. We exchange a look before Morgan runs off after her. No choice but to go. The regret is almost instant. Cold knives pierce my lungs with each heavy breath. I'm not in the best shape to begin with, and the snow and boots don't make things any easier. The only consolation is that we're running in a straight line, so it won't be hard to follow our path back. Every so often, we pause to catch our breaths. The pace is catching up to Tara too, who has to fight to keep her smile on. Morgan seems unfazed by it all. I'm about 3 seconds away from demanding that we give up when I see it. Way off in the distance, too far to identify the source, is a light. It sparkles and glimmers like a star that fell from Earth. Fell to Earth. I fall silent, the words stolen from my mouth. Then Tara points, stating what we already know.
There it is!
Buoyed by her second wind, Tara runs off again. This time, Morgan and I are close behind. We follow the light, which sometimes blinks out but soon reappears. I'm not too focused on the slipping and falling to give much thought as to the source. I'm too focused. There's no telling how long or how far we've been going. Somehow the light never seems to get any closer or farther away. It's like it's running from us.
Hey, wait up!
Tara yells out into the darkness. If whatever it is can understand her, it ignores her. Running is quickly becoming difficult. My lungs burn from the cold and my breathing turns ragged after barely a minute. Tara pulls further and further ahead from Morgan and me, her one-track mind fixated on that light. After a bit longer, I hit my limit and my pace slows back to a walk at a stop. I fold over my hands on my knees as I gasp for breath. Morgan crunches to a stop just ahead too, turning back towards me.
Are you alright?
I try to respond, but I'm breathing too heavily to be able to talk. I just wave my hand, gesturing for Morgan to go on ahead without me, but she doesn't.
Are you sure?
I force myself to stand and nod.
I'm fine.
I'm in the murk. Tara's becoming a disembodied light herself. Only the flashlight's glow visible. I watch it bounce to a halt and then slowly make its way back towards us.
You guys give up too easily.
How are you not dead? I haven't seen you run in years.
That's cause you never hit the gym with me.
I don't know if she's joking or not, but I'm too worn out to care.
So, what was that thing? Do you think it was your forest spirit?
Morgan's eyes widen.
You believe me?
Tara shrugs.
I'm considering it at least. I mean, what else could it have been?
Fairies.
Oh, you know, fairies. Morgan says it very nonchalantly. I side-eye Tara, who is very interested in her boots.
The forest spirit doesn't really make a light like that. At least, not that I'm aware of.
Sorry, I was fixated at, like, there was a little thing of light coming through the slit in, like, the blinds. I was like, what the fuck?
Right, that makes sense. Doesn't it, Mads?
It was probably someone from the village.
But as I say it, I know how unlikely that is. The way the light seemed to always maintain a precise distance was unreal, unnatural. I can feel the seeds of doubt being sown in my heart.
But it was definitely strange.
Tara looks at me with more pride than a rainbow flag. Gay.
Hey, holy shit! That's practically canon in Maddie terms.
I roll my eyes, but it's partially just for show. I'm curious at the very least. I wouldn't call myself a believer as much as Tara wishes. That's two strange things so far, which is more than I expected when I boarded the train out here.
It was strange. That's as much as I'll...
A yawn overtakes me in the middle of speaking. It doesn't help the pain in my lungs.
Oh, guess it's past your bedtime, huh?
I kick some snow at her and it bounces uselessly off her pants. With the way we've been bantering with each other, it really does feel a bit more like old times. Make that 3 strange things on this trip so far.
We should begin heading back anyway. We can't go much further in before I'd be lost too.
You still know where we are?
Yes, of course. We'd be in trouble if not.
She has a point. I got so caught up chasing the light that I lost track of what direction we'd come from.
I'll show you around more tomorrow. There's something you might like to see.
Yeah? What is it?
A surprise. We'll go tomorrow before it gets dark. It's a bit of a walk.
Does it have to do with whatever that light was?
I have no idea. It's possible.
Story of my life. Okay, well, we'll call it quits for tonight and pick back up tomorrow?
Yeah, I guess.
That's fine by me.
Great!
She hops forward, then pauses.
Guess you ought to lead the way.
Morgan smiles as she does just that. It takes us only 15 minutes or so to reach the cabin. We must have added a lot of time to our trip with all the wandering we did. Morgan bids us farewell at the door, which I barely return before stumbling inside. I'm halfway out of my boots by the time Tara's inside.
Guess you're not staying up late then.
I'm out like a light the second I hit the bed.
Tara grins, just briefly.
Right.
My hand is on the doorknob when Tara clears her throat.
Hey, thanks for, chasing after that thing. I appreciate you playing along.
My hand lingers on the door, poised to turn.
Yeah, of course. Let's see what we find tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. Right. Good night.
Night.
These two should kiss about it. That's all I'm saying. I quickly step in and then shut my bedroom door before Tara can say anything else. As I switch off the lights and crawl into bed, I remember the end of the train ride here. I felt the same just now, standing there, not knowing what to say. It would be so easy. I banished those thoughts from my mind as I wrenched my eyes shut. There'll be time to worry about it tomorrow. I have time to think. We have a month. As I slowly drift off to sleep, the exhaustion that I feel winning out over the stress. The last thoughts I have are of dancing lights in the snow. We start to fall into a bit of a routine. Every day, Tara and I will get up and explore Eisenfeld or the surrounding area a bit. We never go too far into the forest, just enough to set up some dramatic camera angles or to film some monologue segments for Tara. Once Morgan's done with work, she'll join us or show us around. Sometimes she brings her cat with her. Surprise, surprise, still hasn't said a word. She keeps promising it eventually will, though. Ever since the night we saw the light in the trees, we've hoped to encounter something equally mysterious or interesting. No such luck. Any sort of hope or excitement that I had, any bit of belief that I'd allowed myself to build up, has been squashed back down to resigned indifference. My trademark, I know. It took about a week of this before Morgan asked us to wait for her at the cabin, saying she was finally ready to show us that thing she mentioned. She still wasn't any more forthcoming with what it was, but over the week we'd known Morgan, we what? Over the week we'd known Morgan, I'd gotten a little more Am I having a stroke? Or is this sentence just not good? Over the week we knew Morgan got more comfortable with the idea, I guess. If she was gonna leave us in a shallow grave or something, she'd had plenty of opportunities to do that already. The heavy clouds overhead promise a darker night than the past few days, and probably heavier snowfall. We won't be able to stay out very late. Even with Morgan's guidance, the possibility of being caught in a snowstorm is hard to ignore. Tara paces back and forth outside as I linger in the doorway, trying to enjoy the warmth from the cabin as long as I can. Finally, a fashionable 15 minutes late, I spot Morgan heading down the trail from the village towards us. Tara zips off to intercept her, and the two of them approach together.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Work was a little busy tonight.
No worries.
Well, that answers one of the myths of Eisenfeld that I was curious about. Whether or not anyone ever actually shops at Morgan's store. Tara bounces around between the two of us, raring to get going. Morgan smiles approvingly at her.
So, you said you had something special planned for tonight, right?
She spent the whole day trying to guess what it is.
I think I've narrowed it down. It's either a crashed UFO, the Fountain of Youth, or Elvis.
Those are the ones you narrowed it down to?
Someday, Mads, it's gonna be Elvis, and you're going to wish you'd believe me.
I face Morgan, pointedly turning my back to Tara.
Anyway, we're ready to go if you are.
Do you both have flashlights? we're going to be heading a bit deeper into the woods this time.
We both hold up our lights in unison. After our first venture into the forest together, there's no way I'm ever going out there without us having a flashlight. Just having one makes me more self-reliant. It helps suppress my anxieties a little bit, just a little.
Great, follow me.
We circle back around the cabin and head into the woods.
I've been waiting to show you two this since you got here. You're going to love it.
Tara starts to vibrate again, clearly soaking up the suspense. As much as I hate to admit it, she got me pretty curious too. I'm not sure what she could be keeping secret out here, and for so long.
This isn't going to be dangerous or anything, right?
Probably not.
I like those odds.
We set off at a fairly brisk pace. Tara makes it a point to walk right by Morgan's side, taking short and hurried strides. If she doesn't find out where we're going soon, I'm pretty sure she might actually explode.
Okay, I'm gonna keep guessing. Ancient graveyard, fairy circle, satanic ritual, Sasquatch den?
Close. It's a church.
Tara stops dead in her tracks.
Wait, a church?
I hate God.
Was Maddie right when she said you were gonna try to get us to join a cult?
I never said that.
I might have said that. Despite our antics, Morgan never stops or slows down.
Nothing like that, I promise. It's really old. Older than any of the buildings you've seen in Eisenfeld. The people who built it are ancestors of the residents today. I guess they were what you'd consider pagans. They worshipped a god of the forest.
Whoa.
I expect more to the story, but that seems to be Morgan's stopping point for now. She focuses on the path ahead, swinging her lantern around in an arc as she looks for whatever it is that's telling her where to go. Every single tree around me looks identical, but I guess one of them is a little more special than the rest. When she sees whichever one that is, she starts to lead us on again. My glasses start fogging up a bit more as we walk. I should have insisted that Tara layer up a bit more. I'd be a pretty crappy friend if I let her freeze to death out here.
So, to summarize, your great whatevers and the rest of the villagers built an old church out in the forest to worship a giant forest spirit, and that's what we're going to see right now?
Right.
Have I mentioned that this is going to be the best episode of the show ever?
Morgan's got Tara hanging onto her every word, hook, line, and sinker. I'm glad she's having a good time at least. No thanks to me.
You said it's older than the rest of the village. Do you know how old?
Centuries, at least. I don't know how many. I've done some research on the history of Eisenfeld, but none of the books really mention it.
How'd you learn about it then?
A lot of it comes from old journals, or other documents left behind by the people who used to live here. Parts of it are passed down as family legends, too.
The image of Evelyn and Morgan sitting cozily by a fire while Evelyn tells stories is one that I can't actually imagine happened. I'm not gonna pry into details of that though.
You think we could take a look at those journals sometime? Maybe we could show them off on the show. Authentic first-hand accounts, or something like that.
For some reason now, Morgan stops. Looking ponderous, I also realize that it's starting to snow. Just barely. But enough to make me bite my lip and watch the sky.
I'd be happy to show you.
Score! You're seriously the best. Like, thanks for doing all this.
It's nothing, really. Don't all your hosts do the same?
A lot of them only stick around for the first day or two. Then once they realize there's a lot of filming and setting up behind the scenes, they get bored.
For all her issues, I can't deny that Morgan's been a much more gracious and helpful host than we're used to. We walk in silence for a little bit. All the while, the snow continues to fall, getting heavier and heavier. At first, I try to ignore it, but it's hard. Like always, it seems it'll fall to me to be the responsible one.
Hey, Morgan? Are you sure it's safe to keep going? It's starting to snow pretty hard.
Both of them look up as if they hadn't noticed.
Oh, you're right. Hmm.
Now it's Morgan who turns around and looks back the way we came. I can practically hear the gears turning in her head. Tara watches, looking anxious. Oh, so she only worries if Morgan starts to look uncomfortable.
It's going to get bad pretty soon.
She says it so matter-of-factly that at the first, the severity of her words don't register. This is very obviously French people who wrote this. I can tell, because this is mistakes that French people make. Then every single alarm bell in my head starts ringing.
What? How soon is pretty soon? And how bad?
I'd say within the next half hour. Those clouds don't look good.
That's an understatement. They seem to be moving almost impossibly fast. Just like that, the weather's gone from a light snow to the start of a blizzard.
We need to turn back then. Back to the cabin.
I take a couple steps, but the fresh snow has made it harder to walk. Even the trail that we just left has been partially obscured.
We're closer to the church than the cabin. I think we should go there and wait it out.
Wait it out? What if it doesn't just pass by? What if we're stuck there for days?
Then we die. Simple.
It's better than being dead, you know.
I turn to her in disbelief.
No shit it is!
Morgan wrings her hands, looking genuinely distressed.
I don't know what's going on. I don't think it was...
Once again, she looks back in the direction we came from, lost in thought.
We're just wasting time standing here arguing, you know. Morgan said we should go to the church, and she's the expert.
I loathe to call her an expert at this point, but Tara's right that we don't have time to spare. We're definitely in dire straits if she's the one being the voice of reason.
Fine, let's get going then.
We don't waste any more energy on talking. We just follow Morgan as close as we can. The light from her bounces in the wind, reminiscent of the light we followed just a few short days ago. I focus on it, using it as a beacon since it's easier to keep track of than Morgan herself. I bury my face into my scarf as much as I can, feeling the wind push against me and making it harder to walk. By now, the world around us is starting to grow more and more blurry. It'll be a whiteout before long. My heart beats hard in my chest as my anxiety starts to skyrocket. We keep walking, huddling close together as we press on. Tara keeps a brave face, but she's shuddering more with each step. Morgan and I push a little closer to her, hoping to help shield her from the wind as much as we can. When we get back, if we get back, I'm not letting her take another step outside until she agrees to start wearing something warmer. After what feels like years, we come to a stop. My legs are leaden with the effort of marching through the snow. I'm afraid that Morgan's gonna say that we're lost, but then I realize that we've arrived. Just ahead, a huge stone building stands tall. For its supposed age, it looks remarkably intact. The howling winds buffet it, but even from here it looks infinitely safer than being stuck in here. A pair of massive wooden doors loom before us.
Just give me 1 second and I'll get this open.
She grabs a hold of the doors and starts to pull. The freezing wind works against her, and for a tense moment, I worry that she wouldn't be able to get them open. But then with a creak that's audible even in this weather, they slide open to let us in.
After you.
We don't need telling twice. Tara and I hurry inside, with Morgan letting the door slam shut behind her as she follows. The first thing that strikes me is the temperature. An old stone building in the middle of a blizzard should be frigid, but it's not. In fact, it's almost warm.
Mads, we hit the jackpot!
Her shout reverberates around the massive chamber, leaving a giant faint leaving a faint echo in its wake. When Morgan said a church, I figured it would be some small wooden shack with a tacked on steeple, but this... Tara's flashlight beam dances wildly along the walls as she spins in circles, trying to take in every last detail all at once. This is nothing short of incredible. I let my light drift as well, but slowly enough that I can actually take time to process what I'm seeing. The whole interior is remarkably well preserved. A few broken pews, a couple pieces of collapsed stone, and a layer of dust on nearly every surface are the only things that make the place seem anything less than brand new. Looking closer at the building itself, I can see various flourishes or designs decorating the walls and railings. Whoever built this place, they built it as a labor of love. The centerpiece is a massive stained glass window that dominates the center of the far wall. Its brilliant colors form an intricate pattern. I make my way over to Morgan, who is currently watching Tara dart around the building with a small, satisfied smile. It dissipates as I approach. Even though I'm relieved to be out of the storm, I can't believe we ended up in this situation in the first place. Before I can say anything, though, she beats me to it.
I'm really sorry about this. I truly am. If I'd thought the weather would turn so foul, I'd have never suggested we come out here. The last thing I want to do is place you and Tara in any danger. I just wanted to show the two of you something tangible. Something different.
I swallow my harsh words. I swallow down this loud wind noise. Chastising her wouldn't do us any good. Plus, she's right that the weather changed way faster than I would have expected, or even thought possible. So I rub my shoulders, trying to massage some warmth back into them.
Won't apologize yet. There's still plenty of time for us to die of starvation or something like that.
I think it's more likely that we die of exposure first.
Me when I'm a musician, working for free, or exposure. Well, that's reassuring. Suddenly, a beam of light swipes across my face. It comes from Tara on the other side of the building.
Hey, come check out these books!
Morgan and I both start to head over.
By the way, how do you keep it so warm in here? I was looking for a heater or something, but couldn't find one.
It's magic, I think.
You know what? Fuck it. Tara's waiting excitedly next to a stack of books. That's probably a first.
Check it out!
The wooden shelves are warped and damaged beyond repair, but have still retained their shape pretty well. The books that line them are in a similar condition. When I remove one, its once soft cover is cold and rigid, and the text has faded into illegibility. But flipping through the pages, a few of them are still readable, or at least would be if I could understand the language.
Tell me these aren't filled with ancient incantations or something.
These aren't filled with ancient incantations.
She holds up a book to her face and blows a puff of hair towards me. Filling my face with dust, I wrinkle my nose, coughing and sputtering. That could have been anthrax. What the fuck, Tara?
Hey, what the hell? You don't know what's floating around in here?
Ancient disease.
You're literally the only person alive who could be in a haunted church and not care at all.
She never said it was haunted, you know? And I'm sorry that I'm still a bit too shaken up over, almost dying in a snowstorm.
Psh, we weren't ever in any real danger, I'm sure. Isn't that right, Morgan?
Girl... clueless.
Actually, I wasn't sure we were going to make it here.
Tara's eyes widened, the reality of the situation hitting her at last. Then she grins.
That makes this an even more badass story for the vlog. Mads, you'll have to go hard on the wind sound effects. Maybe we should set the camera outside, get some footage of the blizzard?
She hurries over to where I had abandoned the camera on one of the pews and picks it up, dancing around as she frames mock shots. I open my mouth to tell her how dumb that is when a trickle of dust spirals past me. The whole church shakes with a slight tremor, and more dust is displaced.
Earthquake?
That would be the icing on this cake. And it would also be horrifically ironic if we survive the blizzard only to die in a freak earthquake. Something tells me that's not what this is, though. There's another tremor, slightly stronger this time, and with it a distant boom, like someone shooting a cannon in the forest. The three of us exchange a glance, silently for once. Even Tara's silent. Boom. The stained glass window rattles. I hear Morgan suck in a breath. When I look at her, her eyes are wild and confused. Boom. The thunderous sound is getting closer. Then there's another sound. A blistering crack that I recognize as a tree splintering. No winds, no matter how strong, should be able to do that. Wordlessly, Tara heads over to the front doors, though my first instinct is to call her back to what I hope is safety. I find myself more curious than afraid. I have to know what it is. I have to see it. Morgan lingers behind us, unsure of what to say or do. Tara reaches the doors and presses her shoulder against it. She pushes the door open, just a crack, or at least she tries to. But the terrifying wind catches and rips the door all the way open, as if presenting the scene before us. I struggle to comprehend what I'm seeing. Tall, taller than even the trees, stands what I can only describe as a monster. Two enormous, luminous eyes peer out across the black expanse of a night sky. Neither the howling wind nor the biting snow seems to affect it at all.
Oh my god.
That's not possible.
This can't be happening. This can't be real. My legs are about to collapse under me. My heart drops like a rock in my chest, and every heartbeat sends a rush of blood through my body so strong it drowns out the cacophonous storm. Tara fumbles with the camera, her hands shaking violently. Cursing, trembling, she struggles to lift up to her face, repeatedly losing her grip as she tries to focus on the thing in front of us. I don't know how she can even have the presence of mind to do that. My thoughts are a blur as my mind does its best to process what I'm seeing. Inside the forest itself came to life, like a whole mass of trees just uprooted themselves from the ground to form something that can't possibly exist. Branches twist and contort into each other, one tree splits into 10, wood rotten into decay and growing anew again. Spin from the impossible red center. Two immense horns pierce the sky, looking like lightning bolts permanently imprinted against the clouds. Every thought that I can manage to form is fleeting. Every rational part of me tells me that what I'm seeing shouldn't exist, that it isn't possible. Yet here it is, undeniable. All I can do is stare. The red glows brightly, burning my eyes like it's staring right back at me. Maybe it is. The beast shuffles forward, its feet obscured by the forest below. With each movement, there's another massive echo. Trees crackle and snap beneath its immense weight like twigs, flattened to nothing and buried under the snowfall. Cool guy. Slowly, the beast lumbers off into the night and is swallowed from sight by the darkness. Soon, even the sounds of its footsteps fade too. I'm not sure how long Tara and I remain in petrified silence. I realize that I've fallen to my knees, though I have no recollection of it happening. I feel like I have no recollection of anything, that nothing will ever make sense again. At some point, Morgan comes to my side, helping Tara and I both back indoors. My whole body is numb with either shock or the cold, maybe both. She leads us to one of the benches that's mostly intact. I collapse down onto it, my legs still unwilling to support me. I glance at Tara. All the color is gone from her face, and she's still trembling. I probably don't look much better. For a long time, none of us know what to say. We sit and wait until long after the snow has stopped falling and morning arrives.